Hi there. Welcome back. I wanted to share with you some of my latest creations. Today is my birthday, and it's December 28th, 2025. And since I have this birthday that falls right in the middle of the holidays, right between Christmas and New Year's, I've recently, the past few years, wanted to make something for myself that is special to me and is a gift to myself for celebrating another year and celebrating the gift that I have that I can sew clothes. This year I decided to make myself a dress. I made this velvet dress, this lovely like burgundy colored velvet dress. You can see here it has kimono sleeves. It's a simple dress, just has elastic waist and a kind of a knee-length skirt. The great part about this dress is actually the back. You can see it's got this crossover open back and a little velvet tie. A little sexiness for the season. I made this dress using this pattern, the Simplicity 9010 pattern, and I made this view at the bottom here. It doesn't look all that exciting in the picture, but I love the simplicity of the dress, simplicity patterns, of course, and I loved the back of this dress. So I'm wearing it today to celebrate my birthday. We'll be going out to dinner later. So I threw this together, finished it a couple days ago, and it's been a wonderful experience working with this pattern. It's a very simple pattern, just has the front, the two back pieces, the tie, and the front and the back of the skirt. I decided to go a little bit further and line the pattern. I made this lining inside the whole, each pattern piece I just copied in lining, and the pattern has you finish off the edges of the dress with bias binding, but I wanted to line the dress just for comfort and for a little bit more, I don't know, ease of wearing. And I didn't want to just have a thin dress, especially because it's a little chilly outside. So yeah, I lined the dress. So the hardest part with working with this pattern, the pattern itself is very simple and the pattern pieces are very basic. The hardest part was working with this velvet. It's very shifty when you work with it, especially sewing it to the lining, which is also shifty. So the velvet and the lining fight and they don't want to stay together. So it's very hard to, as you're sewing, to keep the layers together. So I just took my time, went slow, used the proper settings on my sewing machine, used a walking foot, which is definitely helpful for easing those layers together as you're sewing. So instead of just sewing, the walking foot helps kind of ease the two layers together and keep them together. It was still difficult to work with though, and it was still kind of frustrating, but it worked out pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm wearing it today with this beautiful gold necklace and matching earrings that my grandmother gave to me, my late grandmother. She was also a Capricorn. Her birthday was December 29th, which is day after my birthday, and we'd always celebrate together. And one year, long time ago, she gifted me this interesting gold necklace and earring set. So I wear them on my birthday in remembrance of her, and think of her and her style. She was an amazing lady, and she was actually a really good seamstress too. So I think she passed down that love of fashion and creation and making your own clothes and treating yourself. So that's it. Happy birthday to me. I also wanted to share with you today another project that I completed and got the photos back from recently. It was a lovely bride who contacted me back in the spring of 2025 looking to have a custom dress made for her wedding. She wanted an all black dress, something very simple and dramatic, to wear to her wedding that was being held in the woods out in Oregon. She's very edgy for sure. She wears all black most of the time. She's got a very striking look to her. She's a gorgeous lady. And she is a very creative tattoo artist, very talented tattoo artist. She currently lives in Hawaii, in Maui, and has a tattooing business. But she comes to Portland often. I think she has family here, or she used to live in Portland. She comes to Portland, where I live, Portland, Oregon, and has clients that request her services. So on occasion, she comes back to Portland to do tattoos for her clients here. So she contacted me and asked me if I would be able to create her dream dress for her. And I was like, yes. We met up over coffee at a little coffee shop here in Portland, and she told me all about her vision and her dress and her wedding setting, and a little bit about her fiance, and who's also a tattoo artist. And we decided on some dates and prices or price and how I could achieve this for her. And so I was super excited to work with her. Lovely lady. She's just delightful, and just gorgeous, stunningly gorgeous. So I got to working on her dress, and we decided that I would make, we'd communicate, and I would make her a mock-up and talk to each other over Zoom. So we made those dates. I made up mock-ups and mailed them to her. The first mock-up I made, I'm going to tell you the pattern that I used. Oh, let me go back a little bit here. This was the inspiration dress that she wanted. A very fitted, long, dramatic dress with long sleeves and a really low back. She wanted the low back to show off a tattoo she has on her back. She's tattooed all over her body, all her arms and her legs and all over. But she wanted to just show off the one tattoo she's got on her back. So she sent me this inspiration photo that she had seen and wanted me to recreate this kind of dramatic, kind of a goth wedding gown. I was super excited. So something I haven't done before. I've done other colors of gowns. I did a green wedding. Oh no, it was blue. I did a blue wedding gown and a printed wedding gown, and I had not done black yet. So I thought that was really great. I went ahead. I bought this pattern. I bought this. We talked about it. So this is a portfolio that I had put together for her. So I have all of her information together. And this is what I do with each client that I have. I have swatches of fabric that we decided on, or I'll send her several to choose from, and then she picks one. This is the Studio of Art pattern that she decided that she would like. And of course, I made some changes to it by adding sleeves and changing the neckline a little bit and lowering the back. But this was the pattern that I started with, this fabulous pattern. You can see on the back of the pattern information, I got this image. I did lower the back quite a bit, a couple inches there, so it went really low to her back, but that also required a little bit of fitting adjustments to make sure that the sleeves and the straps don't fall off if the back is too low. So I also added a little, and you'll see in the pictures I show later, a little bar that went across the back. So I lowered the back way, way down and added a little, kind of a little support bar of fabric to that back of the dress, so it didn't like fall off while she was wearing it. So yeah, beautiful pattern. Really actually very simple. The hardest part of the pattern really was these darts here that go like that. I had to be really precise with marking and sewing those darts so that they were even. But other than that, the pattern's pretty straightforward. Of course, I fully lined it and made it out of a really heavy, high quality stretch material that we got from Mood Fabrics. But so that was the inspiration dress, or that was the pattern. And, you know, I kept all of my notes about her, my contract, and these are just, I make these little portfolios for each client that I have, just keep all the information together and have everything organized for them. So I have this is one of the mock-ups that I sent to her in Hawaii. And this was the second mock-up. The first mock-up I made just out of muslin, which was just a plain cotton material that is just great for just working out style lines and fit before you make it out of your fashion fabric. But I sent her this mock-up. It's not quite the entire dress, so you can't see the bottom, but I didn't include the train and the, you know, I didn't make the whole pattern. I just made most of it. And I used this inexpensive stretchy fabric. So I sent this to her, and she and I had a meeting over Zoom. You can see the back here. It's very, very low. It comes down really low. So I didn't want, like, she wanted it that low, which was fabulous. And she's got a beautiful figure, beautiful body, and a beautiful tattoo on her back. So we wanted to emphasize that. But you can see that's kind of flapping away here. So I added just a little, and on the final dress, I added just a little bar across here, which snapped in, and so she could get into the dress and have it supported. So even from this mock-up, it fit her beautifully. I just took it in a little bit on the sides and had, while we had our meetings over Zoom, her friend came over to her house, and along with the mock-up, I sent her some pins and some marking tools and like a tape measure and a few things that she would need to do her fitting with her friends. And just, we talked about it over the call, and I just told her, you know, do a little bit here, move this out here, or draw a line where your shoulder ends and things like that, so I could assess her fit changes that I needed to do. Then she sent the dress, the mock-up, back to me, and I took those notes and applied it to the sewing pattern and then cut her dress out of it. So yeah, it came out really gorgeous. She was a stunning bride out in the woods with her fiance and her new husband, and they had she also wore black, and all the guests wore white. So sort of the opposite of, you know, a traditional wedding, and it was just beautiful and gorgeous. So yeah, that was a wonderful experience I had with her. She was a fabulous client, and it was really great working with her and working with this great pattern, and this, actually the fabric that we ended up with from Mood. It was really, really easy to work with, and it just came out like a really great, successful dress. In the pictures you'll see that I'll post, she added a veil, which many brides do, But this particular veil was very goth and very dramatic. It came from the shoulders of their dress, like the veil pinned here. It was more like a cape kind of thing. And it was this long, sheer, tulle, kind of mesh veil. It had two little sort of bejeweled clasps that attached to the shoulder so she could take it off, if it was getting in the way. But the veil also had a big draped back, big kind of a cowl sort of shape, and it was a cathedral length of the veil. So that was really dramatic. Very dramatic wedding, very dark, if you might say. Though that might not be your taste, but it was certainly her taste, and it was definitely interesting and gorgeous and romantic. So I hope you enjoy that in my little story and my little my few patterns that I've been working with, and I look forward to telling you more about some of the wonderful clients that I have. I have a very exciting one coming up that I've been working with, and her bridal party, which I will share once I get permission to share. It might not be until after her wedding, but I will try to share it with you if I can. And meanwhile, I hope you have a wonderful holiday and Happy New Year. And thanks for joining me. Till next time. Bye.